I'm more Pakistani than some Pakistanis, I believe in my heart. I don't know why. I would be about 16 when I got into Islam in a big way. In those days there were very few Muslim men around and certainly no Muslim women. I got married in 1954 and I got married to a Mr. Muhammad Nawaz Malik, who was a fantastic gentleman. I never had anything against him whatsoever. We were the first Pakistani family to live in Pollokshield tenement buildings, number 5 Leslie Street, one up right, one up left, one up left, yeah. Hansel played a big part in that. He brought, and so did his sister actually. He was the youth. He was the youth for the Muslims, the young Muslims in Carrington Street. And his sister won a battle to do the 27th night in the mosque for ladies. Never been done before. And they agreed, and Surya and Abda, who, her best friend, and Shabana, other ones, they all agreed, okay, they would go to the mosque. And the mosque officials, I heard, were telling everybody, for goodness sake, get your mothers and sisters to come out, otherwise we'll be shamed. These girls are coming tonight. We don't want, there should be nobody from our side. And so that's how that started. Now it's a regular thing. People go to the mosque. I think people did their prayers at home. And those that were proper Muslims were very, very careful about their faith. They said their 5 prayers, or they said their Jummah prayer. Maybe some people went wrong in the sense that you might have had a few that maybe drank alcohol, but that never happened to anybody in my family or amongst my friends. Wouldn't have let it happen. And it's quite strange because you get rich people in Pakistan who drink alcohol in the quiet, separate room, you know. And somebody came here to Oxford with their son to have a very big operation done on his son's back. And immediately when they see the British women, they think, ah, that's a house we should stay in. They must have alcohol, they must drink. And they really find it strange that when they come, there's no alcohol in my house. And we don't like alcohol in the house, and we don't like people who drink alcohol in the house. And we'll tell them. There was no halal shops for a start. People had to go to the farms and get chickens and bring them home and kill them in the home. And that's how you had chicken to eat, otherwise you had no meat. It was said that one time the police called somebody because he had killed a lamb. Whether he had or not, I'm not sure. But it was said that he'd killed this lamb and he'd all this skin and everything he'd put in the bin. And somebody reported him to the police, and that's why the police got it. And he says, "Me lord, mere big, big day was Eid. Me lord, mere big, big day, big, big function. So kill sheep." So I don't think that the police would have done very much about that. They would have said, oh well, genuine thing, it's okay. Getting used to the different cultures. And that's what like it was. I think initially there was no racism. People didn't discuss their colour, but they did view them in a certain way, like, should we be friends with them or not? It was something brand new for them. It had never happened before, people coming from Asia over here. That was something quite different for them. And I think because these men came over and worked in the buses, the trams, the trains, they mixed with other guards, bus conductors, bus drivers, so they got to know them. And because they got to know them, then they would invite them to their homes. And that way they built up relationships. So slowly, slowly, relationships developed. And I think because of that, the relationships in Scotland are much better than I would think the relationships are in England. I don't know why that is, but our relationships seem to be much stronger between the Muslim community and the British community. They're more together. And I like that. I really do like that. I remember once being in a cafe. We were having lunch, me and a friend, and somebody was talking from somebody from the table opposite to the table behind me. And she was having a moan. And you will get people who will say, they come here, they take our jobs, things are not good for them, so they take our jobs, they take our houses, blah, blah, blah. And I said, excuse me, before you go any further, I should tell you, the second and third generations are born here. They are as Scottish as you are. Even if you wanted to send them anywhere, where would you send them? This is their country, this is where they belong. So I'm very outspoken when I'm out and about, and sometimes I think it's a good thing and sometimes I'm not too sure. But anyhow, I will stick up. I think in Sav, you must be fair with those people round about you. I think you shouldn't assume. Assume is a very, very bad thing to do. One should be very sure of their facts. Nothing should be repeated unless you are 100% sure. And I used to have a saying when I was young, when somebody used to tittle-tattle to me, I would say, unless I've seen it with my own eyes, heard it with my own ears, I'm not interested. And I think that's quite a good philosophy to go by. I like mixed schools. I'm against this. Sorry to say, I'm very Islamic in my thinking, but I don't like Islamic schools in the sense that people need to mix together. If they don't mix together, you can't learn about each other. So only by going together do you learn about things like Eid and all these other things which you don't understand. You find out the reasons for it when you're together. If you separate them, it's like Catholics and Protestants. You separate them, then they're fighting with each other. That's the last thing you want. To be together is very important. I feel lucky that I've got to know Islam. I feel lucky that I've been to Pakistan. I've met so many different people there. They're really very, very nice. And I've met many nice people here. I have no complaints.